Alrighty, we're back. So last time, everyone at the Mysterium figured out on their own that I'm the Warrior of Dark. We all are the Warriors of Darkness, and they're like, yeah, we just knew the whole time. And then now we've come to the bottom of the sea on the back of a whale who happens to be the first version of Bismarck. And he blew out a whole bunch of air so we can breathe and walk and all that. And Ishtola has a theory that the buildings we've found down here are built by the Asians. And so we're looking for one that matches the mural from the Katana Ravel. She wanted us to look to the northwest. But not seeing. I think it might be there. I think I've gone too far north. Oh, wait. There's a building. Could it be the one we seek? No. Once again, we are not big piece of coral. We're not flying around down here because I don't want to accidentally reveal stuff from later that will be cooler when we see it for the first time when we're supposed to. Could this be the building we seek? Need to find a survey point. I think that looks like the stuff from the mural. But I'm not seeing a survey point. I think this is our building, but I just need to find the. We're gonna fly a little bit. Because I think this is the building we're looking for. It's not giving us a quest marker. It's what's going on. There we go. We just had to approach it from the right angle for the survey point to show up. Ooh. Looks like it. Aye, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies beneath the ground, I wonder. Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins. Countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Asians. And yet it did exist. They lived here, in this city. But let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mysteries stirring, of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus can we surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emmett Selk himself? It is almost certain he is there. I agree. But if we are to find the stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. The light of inspiration. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Pausch's Uan again, and ask if there is aught else he is willing to divulge. Teleport. Back to the Ondo Cups. Hey, Pausch's Uan.
Ah, Elfino's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted.
Yes.
Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Walls of the Forgotten?
I think I just came from there.
The remnants to the northwest, yes. You visited them unbidden. Shh. Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold, and you will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south.
Let's go find Grenold. It looks like his metal structure, so we can fly here. It's safe. So he's got like an airlock. To his workshop. Grenold is also where you come to get all of the level 80 job gear, like the armor and such, and weapons.
Oh, that's just great, that is. Me mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenold, someone's come to visit ye at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might be as you're a ghost, eh? Go on, Halshade, feast yourself on me rotten soul. I've got no use for it. Craftsman what can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a doman hammer. And that's an insult to the bloody sea slugs.
Oh, we've got to psych him up. Where is the psych emote? There it is. Hey!
Eh? You wouldn't be trying to raise me spirits now, would you, spirit?
Not what you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld. Because I ain't. So that look of shock is because he, other than his hair, looks exactly like a character named Geralt from the source, who is the guy who, in every expansion, is involved in making your relic weapons, which are a series of weapons that are like the best weapons you can get in that expansion before the next expansion comes out. And it's like a long process through the various patches in between expansions with a bunch of different upgrades and fancy stuff. I've never completed one, but that's why. Have we met before? Eh? Might be as we cross paths back in the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grenold, and this here's meant to be me underwater sanctuary, a place where I can give myself over to me work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet, here you stand. Now what's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding tempest to bother me? I need that lamp you were making for the fish people. Ah, Yondo's lamp. Gods curse me, empty head. I've not so much as made a start. What? You what? I'm worth less than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivery date's long past, me workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have ye? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well. Gah, me mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I've pissed away me last drop of inspiration. Get a hold of yourself, man. Tell me you've got summat to show me. Summat as'll give me news a right good kick up the arse. The Ondo want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their answering light's got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly's not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Your thoughts turn to the Warriors of Light from the first, and the crystals you discovered at the end of their journeys. Maybe Grenold would find them inspiring. So in order to complete this quest, you have to have completed at least one of the Virtue Hunter quests from the bar at the Crystarium. I've completed all of them, since this is a new game plus on a character that's already made it through the game. So we don't have to like go back and do that, because they're all their own individual like sections of new game plusitude. I've let the Ondo down, but more than that, I've let myself down. Might as well go back to mending kettles. Show Grenell a crystal which once belonged to one of Artbert's companions. What's that you've got there? Such striking beauty. It shines with heartache and laughter and the transience of life, like the turmoil of history made manifest. Aye, I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. You'd never capture such a gleam, not if you laboured 100 years. But bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools? Gods damn ye, I must set to work before the feeling fades. The illuminated land. I can feel it, a vision forming in me mind. Step aside, lass, and let me itching hands get to work. And done.
I've taken the wonders that crystal showed me and channeled them into a new shape that what benefits the Ondo's spiritual character.
That is a big lamp, dude. Holy crap.
Not a bad job if I do say so myself. And to think I was this close to hanging up me hammer and studying the craft of them ancients. I've been across the length and breadth of Norvrad and gobbled up every scrap of crafted wisdom what I could find. But no matter which technique I tried, the work was just no comparison. I couldn't even figure out how they put them damn buildings together. A mystery for the ages, that's what drew me here in the first place. I built me workshop, got the forges burning, then lost me bleeding will to craft. Thank the gods for that crystal of yours, or I might never have gotten it back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your little miracle there has been through the kind of journey they sing songs about. The echoes of the memory it holds just speak directly to your heart. Aye, I can still feel 'em coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away. It's welling up stronger and stronger. Give me the chance, and I reckon I can weave the Crystal Saga into other things as well. But bugger me, I'd almost forgotten the Ondo's commission. If he could drag that lamp over to Tulsh's Ath for me, I'll stay here and dream up new armaments for you to try.
Cool. Somehow we've put that lamp in our pockets, even though it is like 4 times the size of Asuka. Now we take the lamp back. We'll fly again since we're not going anywhere special yet. There you are, Tulsh's Ath.
What is it you have there?
Your lamp.
The sacred lamp. Then the finless one has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the name of aiding the cups. And now you come to me, bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes, the time for fear has passed. We shall take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the walls of the Forgotten. Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak once again once our prayers have been offered.
Okay.
O stewards of the Ondo, we offer up our light in answer.
That crystal you showed the artisan. Was it... Did it belong to one of my friends?
Yes. I thought you were always watching.
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal?
Your friend's dead bodies had been become sin eaters,
I was right then.
and we helped hunt them down and lay their spirits to rest.
Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you. To the very end.
Aw, thanks.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
You interrupted my ghost chat.
It seems we succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians.
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
I have my hands made of light.
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes. Impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Yay!
Shall we?
We shall. Hello, Ondo Guide. The chieftain has bid me guide your steps to the illuminated land. Come, the way lies downwards. Follow the path of coral and rock and join your comrades below. Alright. We will follow the path of coral and rock. Oh. Not gonna stand on a geyser again and accidentally get sent shooting up. All gathered, yes? Then I shall describe the path you must take. Enter the cavern beyond and follow the wall down and down and down. Once at the bottom, find a passage to the northwest, then continue west and west and west. The way is not simple. Keep your friends within shouting distance and do not stray into the deep. Just before the journey's end, you will find the Caliban Gap and the barrier we placed at its mouth. This obstacle would fade should you raise a hand towards it. We have made it so. A most succinct explanation. We thank you for your guidance. Right, deeper into the depths we go. An underwater river. Hey, Reen. So here's where they place other members of the group every so often so that you know you're going in the right direction. There's another geyser to shoot you all the way up. Tancred. Oriange. Our guide bade us travel to the cavern floor and thence to the west. Yet 'twould seem these twisting tunnels defy such simple instruction. Rather than rely on direction alone, I suggest we scout with care and relay the path ahead to those who come behind. Okay. Speak with Alphino. There's Ishtola. Are we going the right way, Ishtola? Across this gigantic coral that makes weird squelchy noises. There's Alphino. And a sunken ship with barnacles on it. Ah, Asuka, you have a choice of two routes from here. You can either take the long way to the south along the rocks, or skip along this coral branch as Alize has done. I, for one, should be following my sister's example. Ahem. Oh. Well, then we will too. If you're gonna be brave. Squish, 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 squish. You made it. Let's go find Alize. There she is, off in the distance. I
see her red outfit. There you are. Come on, I think I found the tunnel we were looking for. Did you? This goes even deeper. There. That looks like the magical barrier. Here, this must be the barrier the Ondo spoke of. Well, that was rather more arduous than expected. I feel a sudden rush of gratitude for the smooth roads our ancestors cut through the wilderness. 'Twas a treacherous path indeed. Now, I believe one of us needs but raise a hand to banish this next obstacle. Oscar, I elect you do the honors. Okay. Gone, just like that. I suppose we should head in. Yes. Like as not, this tunnel will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get here. Let's all stay aware of our surroundings, shall we? Seems slightly less perilous so far. I mean, other than the fish. Can we go this way? Anchored? Oh. No. We'll go the other way. Jumping down these weird clusters of, I don't know, cyanobacteria colonies? Glowing fossils? Oh, there's all kinds of glowing fossils.
By the gods!
What? Whoa.
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
Then we are seeing the same view. remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid, material structures. But these... Everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
Oh. That's impressive. Ishtola. Asuka, did you note the style of the architecture? 'Tis the same used for the remnants at the cups and the murals painted towers. Look closely. Metzelk has not simply reclaimed these ruins, he has layered the semblance of an entire city upon them. Gods, the magnitude of his artifice is staggering. Though it pains me to admit we did not fully understand the feats, of which an old-world Ascian is capable. Alice? The end of a world. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a closer look at that tower to the southeast? We might be able to reach it from the edge of the trench. Okay. So yeah, he layered a whole enchantment of the city over the ruins so that it might look as it once did. See, where might we find the thing in this search circle that we're looking for? Imposing doors. Doors are really big. Look at the size of those doors. Now I know how pixies must feel. Asuka Hassenpfeffer recognized. Welcome to the city of Amarot. Will you be riding the lift? What? Did the building just welcome you? Mayhap it is not so passing strange. Did Emmett Selk not invite Asuka to visit his abode? 'Tis plain thy coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift services every level of Akora Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of some few hundred yards of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer. With emphasis on the we, not about to let you walk into that place alone. Alright. I wish to ride the lift. As you wish, the lift will arrive shortly. Next stop, ground floor. Facilities include the Bureau of the Administrator, the Bureau of the Architect, and the Capital.
Hello, Alice. You have more for me? Oh, big city. It's only at this distance that you start to realize just how big the buildings truly are. What did that voice call this city? Amarot. Look, over there. Is that a person? Ah, no, my mistake. That's a giant. Doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. Giant or no, a resident of this place may have much and more to tell us. I say we make the first move. Alfino, you can't just... Ah! Pray excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? Oh, what adorable costumes. Are you children on an excursion? This district has much to teach you. How odd. That sounded like no language I've ever heard, and yet I understood every word. Just as he understood us. Ahem. And which district is this exactly? You must be lost, poor things. You stand in the Polylarite district, wherein lie the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Can you tell us where to find Emmett Selk? Ah, I see. You've come to marvel at the workings of the Convocation of 14. Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world holds its breath as the final days draw near, and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. Thus you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. You should hurry home now, before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We will be fine. Very well. Take care, little ones. What was all that about? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emmett Selk wove them from ether, much as he reconstructed the rest of the city. The final days. Such words well befit the oblivion described to us by our Asian foe. A catastrophe of unprecedented scale which did set in motion the summoning of Zodiac and thence Heidelin herself. But that happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? That man spoke as if they were rushing to avert disaster here and now. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alfino. This ethereal Amarot and its residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emmett Selk hath resurrected a memory, a moment in time from before the star was sundered. So, we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city inhabited by the long-departed. An unusual situation, to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage. Split up, strike up some conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quarry. And while we're at it, it wouldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding this convocation of 14 and their impending disaster. To mingling, then. Let us meet back here when our jaws start aching. Alright. Let us mingle. Okay. Now that we've seen the city, we can fly. That was the reveal I didn't want to spoil by accidentally flying around and seeing it. Anxious Amorotine. Good gracious, child, where is your family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along home, quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. They are calling it the final days. 'Tis said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot, and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair. Every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance. An eternal fall of fiery rain, an incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of the phenomenon. 'Tis as if the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical to life now festers and spreads. 'Tis only a matter of time until Amarot too resounds with that discordant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. No, he faded away. There's one over here. Let me up on the counter. An audience with Emmett Selk? I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one. And besides, he will be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have been told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence, and then they will rewrite the laws of existence. 'Tis a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. Okay. Good sir. 'Twould seem the hall is host to a most precocious visitor this day. And what, pray tell, shall be the subject of our discussion, young one? Ah, the convocation and their handling of the coming peril. It is only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions which keep this star turning season after season. Be it the speaker, La Habrea, or the emissary, Elidibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Lawgriff, Mitron, Emmett Selk, their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and a matter of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. Thus, it is with great incredulity that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, 'twould be an unprecedented development, and testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I for one am confident that they shall deliver our star unto salvation. We've met some of those names, he said. Elpino? Oscar, if I was not certain before, then I am now. The people of the city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled them itself to recreate this ancient Amarant, and yet I fancy I hear his words to us echoing throughout this ocean trench. He would have his story known. Next quest, a greater purpose. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully then, our next move will become clear. Oh. Twould seem our conversations were much alike. A looming disaster, creation magics running rampant, and this convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was the talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Ah, Oriange, if I may. What are your thoughts on the ancients' art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. Aught the mind can conceive may be rendered in reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. It is not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Ascians, wherein ritual ceremony breatheth life into figments of myth and legend. I see we arrived at the same conclusion then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of the ether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies, and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means for destruction. An interesting matter which no doubt bears further study, but despite all these revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding him itself. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what we've heard, it seems the Convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without a writ of permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, where we thought these permissions might be issued. The clerk said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. I wonder though, Oscar, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the bureaus as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry, just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure Osaka's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. Oh, Reen's making friends her own age. Then Y'shtola and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There's surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the capital. Alright. Speak to an administrative clerk. So here's the aetheryte down here. Oh, can't land on the counter. A visitor's writ? Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. Oscar Hassenpfeffer. Please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Waiting. Oscar Hassenpfeffer, your application is ready for collection. As your residency was approved by Emet-Selch himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them at the Bureau of the Secretariat, and the clerk will issue you with a visitor's writ for the capital. Cool. However, I've just seen the time. And this is where we'll call it for now. And we'll pick back up next time, getting our visitor's application squared away.